Last time I told you all about Ardbeg Committee releases, which are essentially available to anyone who just subscribes for free on the Ardbeg website to join their committee, which is essentially just a mailing list. And once a year minimum, you get the chance to buy something really quite special and super limited before the main release version goes to market. So last year we had Dark Cove, it was a committee release, which was limited to a few thousand bottles, and then it went to main retail, lower ABV, slightly different label design, and it was mass released. So we're going to go through 3 today. Ardbeg Grooves 2018, Ardbeg Dark Cove 2016, and Ardbeg Kelpie 2017. And apologies in advance for that sound. Whiskey Whiskers has decided to join us and have a look at the Ardbegs, because he does get quite excited around an Ardbeg, don't you? Don't you? Oh, now you've lost your voice. So just leave him there for a minute. But pour an Ardbeg Grooves, because I did the review of Ardbeg Grooves just before recording this one. So, Ardbeg Grooves. Quite rubbery, peaty, smoky. It's bloody brilliant. With an underlying note of really dark, kind of lovely wine kind of character to it. So smooth, so soft. Lovely wine notes kind of around the edges. Kind of waxy character. You know what I mean? But really, really, really nice. How does that compare to Ardbeg Dark Cove? So, hopefully, here is Dark Cove for you. And in case you missed earlier, Ardbeg Grooves. And then we'll also be going through Ardbeg Kelpie. So, Dark Cove. See, for me, this got a lot more fruit on the nose, whereas Grooves was a lot more rubbery, a lot more peaty, a lot more like, bosh, I'm Ardbeg Grooves, let's dance. Whereas this guy is a bit more, hey, I'm Dark Cove, I'm chilled, I'm hidden, you've never heard of me, and never tell anyone about me. And the palate though, the peat power of Dark Cove is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan of this release. And all of them, obviously. They're all my favourites. But, wow. Quite salty, quite maritime, kind of note driven. You also have a hell of a lot of kind of toffee and caramel notes at the back of the palate right here, along with a load of spices, like cinnamon, bit of cayenne pepper as well. Maybe some of those fresh chilies that you get on a kebab if you ever have one on the way home sometimes. Dark Cove is fantastic. Especially these are high ABV whiskies, so 51.6 for Grooves, 55 for Dark Cove, and 51.7 for Kelpie, which we're about to have. Do you knows that? No, you're not really into it. Oh, where's he going? Fine. So, yeah. Hard landing. Ouch. Kelpie. Kelpie's tricky. It's quite salty again on the nose. It kind of like, there's something here which is, you know, almost Talisker-esque in its salinity. Really, really quite nice and interesting and decent and different, but I'm struggling to decode it. On the palate, there's additional fruits, additional kind of cherries, peaches, plums. But still that underlying Ardbeg character and quality. Very, very different to what I remember when I reviewed it last year. I'm going to try a bit of water to each of these. So for grooves, wow, that is now near enough exclusively burnt rubber. It's like licking an F1 tyre. There's something quite special about that. Oh. But then there's now a bit of a lemon citrus character to it as well. And an underlying honeycomb kind of note as well. With water, it just dissipates. There's actually not a huge amount of flavour on there for me, unless maybe I overwatered it, but I think the nose kind of told me I did it all right. And now for Kelpie, with water again, you've got that rubbery character, really strong peaty character. And on the palate, that opens up a bit more. You kind of moved on from the salinity, the saltiness, the kind of peatiness, and you've got a hell of a lot more fruit, toffee, vanilla, a bit of oak going on there as well. And some really kind of interesting, vibrant flavour profiles, like that kind of almost menthol, minty note coming out there as well. Really, really interesting. It feels like I've just had a chewing gum. My whole mouth now feels really fresh and alive. Definitely didn't expect that. An incredibly spicy finish. I think that's going to linger with me for quite a while as well. 3 committee releases, 3 brilliant whiskies. In the comments, I want you to tell me your views on each of these. Cheers. Until next time.